see that, okay, these tracks are the drums and these tracks are, let's say, piano sounds or other melodic sounds. Yeah, you can do it like that, of course. What I do most often is to just create lists here in the channel rack, and yeah, I can sort the different things here as well. But yeah, sometimes you just throw in different instruments just to try them out, and it can be very messy here in the channel rack if you're just playing out with different instruments all the time and just throwing in sounds in there all the time. But as soon as I'm away from that creative moment and I want to actually start to arrange the track and yeah, just create the track basically, then I always do it like this. I organize all of these instruments and all of these tracks in the channel rack, and that makes it a lot easier to create mixdowns later on and yeah, just to arrange the track basically. So it's very, very important to stay organized when you're creating your track. And yeah, as I said before, just separate the creative process and the more organized process. So you want to be kind of messy when you're just creating your track, and getting creative. Just don't focus on grouping and listing when you're creative. I mean, for me, that's the most important thing, that I want to be creative and I just can throw in different stuff and try out all of the different combinations of sounds. But then you eventually have a very nice idea of a track, and then you want to arrange the track and actually finish the track. And then these different things here with organizing a list and organizing here and coloring and stuff, that is very important. But otherwise you can just have thousands of tracks, let's say, and you can't find that sound that you created before because you have so many tracks and you can't differentiate them because you didn't make colors and group them together or stuff like that. So I have these notes laid out like this. So let's go to Graph Editor, and now I want to modify. Let's say I want to have the clap, for instance. I want to shift the notes a little bit forward just to have that more human kind of feeling when you're having the clap. So this is the note, so I want to shift it just a little bit like this, and let's take a listen to it. Just overdo it so you can hear what I'm doing here when I'm shifting the note. Let's say that I want to have the velocity in the, let's say, hi-hats here. I want them to be more kind of like a human is actually playing the hi-hats. So maybe something like that. Or it sounds much better like that. One more thing that I want to show you here in the channel rack is that you can go to, let's say that I want to select all of these 4 tracks here, and I have a long list of different tracks, and I want to kind of get more space for other instruments. What I can do here is to go to zip selected, and now you can see all of these tracks are kind of hidden here. You can still see by the color what track it is. So this saves you a lot of space if you have a lot of different channel rack tracks here. You can actually open them up like this. So yeah, just click on them like that. And you can also just right click on the track to kind of unzip it as well. So just to get back to how it was. Thing that I really like to have, and this is a must for me every time when I produce with FL Studio, is to go to the channel rack options here and choose detached. That way, if I do something else in FL Studio, I always have the channel rack open up like this. So I can just put it like here in the lower bottom, and now I can work on my track like that. And if I want to let's say I want to go to one of the tracks, I can just put it up on the list here. Let's say I want to go to the drums, and now I can modify the drum sounds or just modify the different notes of that instrument. So just right click like that to get the piano roll and to get rid of the piano roll, and then I can keep moving on with the arrangement here like that. There are also more options here in the channel rack. So if you right click on one of the tracks here, you have the piano roll, of course, graph editor. Then you have the rename color and icon, which is very handy to use. I just showed you that before, but I just want to mention it one more time here. So you can rename the track and color it as well. Let's go here. All right, so we have change color, change icon. You can choose whatever icon you want here, like that, just to make it stand out more. You can load a new sample here, for instance. You can insert something else. So you can insert a VST plugin, for instance, here. So you can do it like that as well. You can replace. So you can replace this track with an VST instrument. You can clone it. So let's say you want the exact same kick here. You can just press it like that and you clone it. Then we have delete. So you can delete the track, get rid of it. Nice feature here as well is to cut or copy. So let's say that I have steps here in the step sequencer that I want to copy on to, let's say, the snare here. I can just go and paste it like this, and I get the same information, the MIDI information, as I copied here. What you can also do is to rotate. So you can get them in time, the notes in time, but just shifted. So if you take a listen to it, and you will hear what it actually does. So that covers the basics of the channel racks. I hope you learned a lot from this video, and I hope to see you in the next lecture.